This is a description of a Chinese lady whose feet were bound from childhood. The photo is from the late 1800s. Bonnie and Clyde goof around with a rifle. The outlaws left a camera with a number of photos like this at a crime scene, feeding the appetite of newspaper readers following their crime spree. President Lyndon B. Johnson in his amphibious car. He used it to prank visitors at his ranch by driving it straight into the lake. This was in 1965. Creative Halloween costumes, United States of America. 50th. A really brave pilot manually restarting his propeller while he's up in the air. It was actually part of an air show stunt back in the 1960s. Don't buy where you won't be hired. North Carolina, 1960. The first balloon aerial photo of Stonehenge was taken in 1906. Henry Ford sold the quadricycle to fund his next project, marking the start of his journey toward mass-producing cars. Detroit, Michigan, 1896. Jacqueline Kennedy watches her husband from backstage as he takes on Richard Nixon in their first televised debate in 1960. This is an alien mugshot, and it's part of a 1958 hoax that happened in Bad Axe, Michigan. A mother is showing a picture of her son to a returning prisoner of war in 1947. A fox is chained to a car. This happened in Moorhead, Minnesota in October 1940. It's an iconic log cabin where Abraham Lincoln was born in 1809. Girl talk at the corner of East End Avenue and 81st Street, New York City in the 1950s. A portable sauna, known as the Reduco-matic, became popular in the 1940s. It was believed to melt fat. A liberated Jew holds a Nazi guard at gunpoint. All right, here we go. This talking robot was built for the 1936 Texas Centennial Exposition. It was made during the 1930s. (1943) United Kingdom. The weekly food ration for 2 people. The place is a movie theater, sometime in the 1920s. Vietnam veterans are protesting the Vietnam War. They say, "We won't fight another rich man's war." It's 1970. a professional rat catcher's showing off what he caught. Rat catchers used to search the sewers of Europe and got paid for every rat they killed in 1904. A visitor with a candle smiles at the large collection of skulls in the catacombs of Paris. The year was 1935. It's New York Street of the year, and it's 1910. There are children there. A group of United States Marines celebrate their victory over the Japanese forces after the battle at Iwo Jima, 1945. Cosmos the Robot, France, 1958. The chaotic scene after the attempted assassination of President Reagan, 1981. It's a picture of a locust plague from 1932 in the Australian outback. Paul Trappin, world's strongest man in 1915. Colonel Paul W. Tibbets, Jr., the pilot of the Enola Gay, the plane that dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima, waves from his cockpit before the takeoff on August 6, 1945. The Statue of Liberty was in the early stages of its construction in France in 1882. Children learn how to properly blow their nose at Hester Howe, Vacation School, Toronto, Canada, 1913. Singapore in the 1960s. The poster says, Spaghetti Aid. There's a small print that says, Spaghetti for All. The spaghetti is in a tin can. This is a portrait of a hairstyle from 1894. Wong, the human unicorn. Three girls react to a couple's kiss at a wedding in 1960. This emergency bridge is easily transported on a handcart. It was invented by L. Death in the Netherlands in 1926. The eruption of the Krakatoa volcano happened in 1883. This is an unusual cigarette holder from America, 1950. The Public Library of Cincinnati's first bookmobile from 1927. Please, God, please don't let me be normal. Sigourney Weaver's high school yearbook picture from 1967. Perry Blevins, who's 7 years old, sticks his head out of the car window. He's showing off a sign that says no integration. This was in Gwinnett County, Georgia, on April 14, 1956. So there's this boy, about 6 years old. He's wearing a long-sleeved shirt and some pants. He's got a red hat on his head. He appears to be holding a rope, and it's attached to a bunch of colorful balloons. Coal miners in Belgium are crammed into a mine elevator. They're coming up after a long day's work in 1900. First Nations treaty negotiators gather at the conclusion of negotiations in the Lake of the Woods region, southwest of Rat Portage, Ontario, in 1873. A policeman is directing traffic during the Great Smog of London. The photo was taken in 1952. Men are carrying tea in the Sichuan Sheng area in 1908. Marilyn Monroe's first wedding took place when she was 16 years old in 1942. A former Jackson, Mississippi policeman viciously kicks an African-American student from nearby Wiggins. He was waiting along with 2 other students to be served at a segregated lunch counter. This happened on May 28, 1963. The Allied bombing of Dresden, Germany during World War II flattened the city. Yet some landmarks, like this statue of religious reformer Martin Luther in front of the destroyed Frauenkirche, remained standing. All right, let's talk about the Old Doll Factory. It was established in 1909. The factory was located in the heart of the city. The building was a beautiful, large brick structure. Inside, there were many rooms filled with work tables, sewing machines, and stacks of materials. Hundreds of dolls were produced there every day. The dolls were made from different materials, including porcelain, wood, and cloth. They came in all shapes and sizes, from tiny baby dolls to tall, elegant figures. The factory was a busy place. Many people worked there, including skilled artisans, seamstresses, and painters. They worked tirelessly to create the dolls. The factory closed its doors in 1955. Teenage Sigmund Freud with his mother in 1872. Queen Elizabeth II with one of her horses, 1952. Taking off. 13th of June, 1930. Model airplane enthusiasts fly their crafts at Wimbledon Common in London. There's a creepy image of the Soviet scientist and his 2-headed dog from 1959. One of the last Tasmanian tigers, an animal that went extinct in 1936. To win a bet in 1956, Thomas Fitzpatrick stole a small plane from New Jersey and landed it perfectly on a narrow Manhattan street while drunk, in front of the bar he had been drinking at. 2 little kids are dancing on the streets of New York City around 1940. It's a Bugatti Type 41 Royale car, and it was in Hartmühle in 1931. Here's what I see. This is Hitler's 4th grade class. He's in the top row, right in the center. The ship comes to rest on the beach at Asbury Park, New Jersey, 1934. It's the 1897 Amos Keeg steam-powered fire engine from the Boston Fire Department, around 1919. The steamer weighed 17,000 pounds and could discharge 1,350 gallons per minute. Schoolyard children learning how to swim despise their lack of access to water, 1922. Soviet tanks roll into Prague, 1968. Two young men are holding a pre-printed sign. The sign proclaims their bond and willingness to be legally wed to one another. This happened around 1900. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro are posing in a production still for The Godfather Part 2 from 1974. Commander Richard Byrd wearing a specially designed leather helmet and mask used during his flight from Spitsbergen over the North Pole and back. U.S. Marines are planting the American flag on Iwo Jima during World War II. Three young men are playing for the camera. They're in Jamaica. Will Robertson, a member of the Washington Bicycle Club, is riding it down the steps of the United States Capitol building. It's a photograph of 11 men. They're sitting on a steel beam. The beam is high up. They're eating lunch. They're at the construction site of the RCA building. The men have no safety harnesses. The photograph was taken in 1932. The pictures show a 16-year-old German soldier, Hans-Georg Henke. He was captured by the U.S. Ninth Army on April 3, 1945. This battery-powered scooter dates back to 1918. There are several kids in costumes. One is dressed as a pirate, another as a clown, and a third as a cowboy. Professor Christie is at the wheel of his giant unicycle. This is in Ohio in 1920. A young girl is riding an alligator. It's the 1920s. Hello, kid. How you be? I am fine. Don't I look it? You know you must not set this card on the switchboard where you do your others. Television cameras at Lord's Cricket Ground in the 1930s. London, 1899. September 26, 1934. The launch of the Cunard White Star liner, 534, which would soon be known as the Queen Mary. This took place at the John Brown and Company shipyard at Clydebank. At the original 1969 Woodstock Festival, hippies sell LSD for just $1. It's wartime devastation in Paris, France during World War I. Quirky, in the car that took it down to London to perform in a new circus in Charing Cross, London, along with its partner pig, Pinky. This was in November 1970. There's a dog at a hairdressing salon in London, and it's 1968. The dog has curlers in its fur. Syracuse 2nd Varsity Crew Squad, June 11, 1914. Vincent van Gogh, 1873. The police are arresting a drunk man. He's wearing a skeleton costume. This happened in 1950. A man is standing next to an enormous container. It's used to store wine in Kankakee, Georgia, in 1881. Marlon Brando and Al Pacino on the set of The Godfather, 1972. Cheryl Brown, the first African-American contestant for the title of Miss America in 1971. A little girl is pushing her doll in a foggy forest. Straw hats made by Messrs. Olneys of Luton, Bedfordshire, are being carried to the packing rooms in 1933. A child's negotiating with a police officer to cross the street during a parade in 1958. Even rock stars were young once. This is a story about when rock stars were kids. There's a picture of a little girl, maybe 4 years old. She's in her living room playing with a doll. It's the 1950s. The girl grows up to be Chrissie Hynde, the lead singer of the Pretenders. Next up is a picture of a boy. He's maybe 7 and holding a guitar. This is a photo of a young Jimi Hendrix. Now we have a photo of a smiling boy. He's got a cool haircut and is holding a microphone. This is a young Bruce Springsteen. Here's a picture of a little boy, maybe 10, with a big grin on his face. He's wearing a cowboy hat. It's a photo of Keith Richards. And finally, there's a photo of a very young David Bowie. A boy is standing next to his riding boar, sometime around the 1930s. Mahatma Gandhi as a young man sometime in the late 1800s. There was an automobile built to advertise Bic pens during the Tour de France in 1953. La Balalaikista, a French photomontage of Adolf Hitler from 1939. Phil, the gorilla, is drinking a beer with his zookeeper at the St. Louis Zoo in 1954. Ms. Nora Washington with catfish she caught with a cane pole no less in the Colorado River, Bastrop, Texas, 1950s.